We are having very hard days, but I'm sure that we will cope with it soon, my friends. So I wish everybody would be happy in my country, okay? And all the humanity would be far away from all the illnesses and all the pessimists, natural ones and the man-made ones. So, right, let's start our lesson. Today, I want to start my lesson by doing some exercises, and I have written them on the board first to make you see them very well, and I'm going to explain them to you by doing them one by one, and please listen to me carefully. Okay, now, again, our first session is dedicated to grade 9 students. Of course, I say grade 9 for my redliners, that is Kırmızı Çizgi College students. But you know, the others, I mean the other people or students listening to me, if they understand and if they can do these, no problem, everybody can listen, because English is English, my friends. And the age and the other things are not very important. If you understand, if you learn, it's okay, and it will make me happy. Okay. So, my friends, we are starting with if, when, before, after, until, till, unless exercises. Right? You know their meaning very well, but I want to repeat them once more. If means, you know, it shows a condition. If something happens, another event will happen to related to it, related to its result. If it happens, it will come true. If it doesn't happen, it won't come true. Right. What about before? Before means, okay, you do something first, then you do something else. So it is the thing done first, my friends. And after, just opposite in the meaning of before, my friends. That is, you do it after you do something. All right? So it is the second one. All right. What about until and till? They have the same meaning, my friends, and also we can use instead of them by the time or by sometimes. Of course, they have some differences, but I'm going to explain them to you in my later lessons because I don't want you to confuse. Okay, my friends, until means up to a certain point. Right. Until 8 o'clock, up to 8 o'clock, by 8 o'clock. Okay, etc. So, my friends, and unless means if not in a way. And let's say that you, for example, I sometimes, I'm very sorry, but sometimes I have to threaten my own students, not students, sorry, my own children, sons, because they don't study enough. And sometimes I tell them that unless they do their homework, I won't provide them with the pocket money, or I won't let them play games, etc. So unless means if not. Okay, my friends, let's start to the exercises one by one. Okay, the first one, we are given this information. I may win the lottery, full stop. I will or I may travel all over the world. Now, what do you think? Do you think that this action is going to come true whatever happens or in any way? No, of course, because we see here may. In our previous lessons, we studied may, might, could. Also, they show a possibility, but its ratio is, my friends, approximately maybe 40%, 45%, 50%, okay, like this, or 55%. It is not a must, it's not an obligation. It is not necessary to happen in any way, okay. So, it's up to the conditions again, like if. So, oh, now I taught something. I gave you some clue. I said if, so may or might or could connotates to us. Do you know the meaning of connotate? Connotate means when I tell you something, you there or some pictures appear in your mind, in front of your eyes. That is connotation, my friends. Okay, connotate to you. All right, if so, if I win the lottery, I will travel all over the world. If I win the lottery. Right, so the second sentence, just the same. Of course, whoever wins the lottery will do something they like, okay? Me too, my friends. All right. Question 2. I will find somewhere to live in, of course. There should be something written here in the exercise book. It wasn't written, but I'm writing it there to make the meaning, to make it more meaningful. Right. I'll find somewhere to live in, then I'll give you my address. Okay, my friends? So, what do you think about this sentence? Is it, a possibility, or is it certain? In a way, as far as I understand, it is not a possibility, because if you don't have a flat or an apartment, in American English it is apartment, my friends, but I'm repeating, okay, or a house to live in, or if you don't have a shelter, in other words, my friends, to keep you safe from any kind of danger. So what will you do? What should you do? Of course, you must look, and you must find somewhere. It is urgent for you. It is not just a probability. Oh, I may do it, I may not do it. So, my friends, here we say, when I find. Right? When I find somewhere to live in, I'll give you my address. I have been looking for it. I started to look for it, and at the very moment I am going on looking for it, and whenever I find it, I will, inform you. Do not worry, my friends. Okay, you will learn my address as soon as possible. So, my friends, now exercise 3. I'll do the shopping. I'll stands for I will, my friends. You know it very well, but please forgive me. Please excuse me. Right, I apologize to you for that. But to make it guarantee, I always repeat the same things, because some people learn it at once, as soon as it is said. Some people need it to be repeated a few times, and some people also need more repetitions. So I'm trying to do that. So somebody learns by writing, somebody learns by listening, somebody learns by watching, etc., etc. So I am trying to, provide you with all of these at the same time to make your English well. Okay? So, my friends, I'll do the shopping. I'll come straight back home. Okay, my friends. So here it says, I'll do the shopping, then I'll come straight home. Do you know the meaning of straight? I won't go anywhere else, so I will directly go home. Okay? Straight means directly, my friends. So, again, there is an action. It is not an possibility, probability. Then it is just a, routine, my routine, because all of us go shopping, do shopping, and then we go home. But sometimes, if we have time and if we meet a friend, we can sit at a cafeteria, and drink some coffee, etc. But if there is something urgent to do, especially at home, or if somebody is waiting for me home or at home, I have to go straightly. So, my friends, I say that this is again when I do the shopping. And again, the second second sentence is the same, my friends. I blah blah blah. Okay. Yes, my friends. This time 4. It's going to get dark, right? You know, light, daylight, and darkness. Are you afraid of darkness? Of course. Since the beginning of humanity, all the human beings and all the, living creatures have been afraid of dark. But, do you want me to tell you something? In fact, the danger doesn't come to you or doesn't harm you from the dark. The darkness in the people's hearts harm us. So, do not be afraid of, do not be frightened of, dark, my friends, okay? But when it is dark, go your home and be with your families, safe and sound and happily. Okay, it's going to get dark. Let's go home before that. So, my friends, it is in the same way, but we can do it like that because there is a certain point that we have to finish the action, my friends. So, I use here, as it is right here before it gets dark, or by the time it gets dark, all right, I want to go home, right? We have to go home. Okay? Or I want to make another sentence. What about? How about going home? Or shall we go home? Right? The second time is the same. Before it gets dark. Okay? I want to be safe and sound. I am not a coward, my friend. I am not a person who is pigeon-hearted. But better to take your precautions in this world, because unfortunately we have mastered the word human beings, but the most danger sources from the human being. So always we have to be careful. Okay, my friends, now exercise 5. Be careful, you will hurt yourself. And then I have given you another sentence, you fall. Okay, my friends, why should a child or a person fall down? Is there a reason? No, of course. If you are, healthy, if there isn't a great danger, or if there is a, deep hollow, okay, pool or something like that, why should we fall down? But we warn somebody here. We warn somebody by saying that maybe a child that if you fall down, you will hurt yourself. In fact, it is a feature action in this way, but it may be said as a general sentence too. If somebody falls down, he hurts himself. Okay, it's possible. We can say it in that way too. It'll be a scientific sentence. Okay, because it is true for everybody having that situation. But here, just if I warn my sons, for example, in that way, it is true for them, and I warn them when they go to, for example, to play basketball, go playing basketball, then I warn them like this. Okay. Now, my friends, this time 6. I am going to Rome next week. I am there. I hope to visit a friend of mine. And do you remember this sentence? A friend of mine, I mentioned it, okay, in our previous lesson, in our forms lesson, okay? But I want to repeat it again because it looks peculiar, odd, strange, bizarre, unusual, extraordinary in Turkish when we say, okay? But I want to explain it to you, my friends. Normally we say, 1-0, my friends. 1-0, my friends. Or 2-0, my English books, etc., etc. It is like in Turkish. But also English people use this situation. You know, this is a possessive pronoun. This is possessive suffix adjective, my friends, possessive adjective, and this is possessive pronoun. And you know, possessive pronoun is equal to possessive adjective plus a noun. So, my friends, instead of this, we can say a friend of mine, right? Two of your books, etc. Okay? Two books of yours, or my friends, we can say it. Right, so my friends, I say let's turn back to our topic this time. I'm going to Rome next week. I am there. I hope to visit a friend of mine. So, it is a plan, my friends. So, it is obvious that, it is clear that I will be in Rome. So, I say, when I am in Rome, and the rest is the, you know, the same, my friends. When I am there, when I am in Rome, I hope to visit a friend of mine, or I will visit a friend of mine, etc. Okay, now 7. Or instead of here, because we say hope, maybe we can use also may there. I may visit, I might visit, I could visit a friend of mine. It is also possible. All right, now my friends, 7, I hope it won't rain. The second sentence, we will not be able to play football outdoors. You know, indoors, in the covered places, that is in a building, under a dome, etc. And of course, walls around us. And outdoors means there is nothing around you. Open area, okay? Like a garden, etc. And so, my friends, this is, you know, again, we are an event we are not sure about it. So, my friends, we must use here if. So, I say, if it rains. If it rains, we, and the second sentence just the same, we won't be able to play football outdoors. In other words, if we want to make this sentence just vice versa, just opposite, I can say that if it doesn't rain, we will be able to play football outdoors. Okay? So, that is, in other words, 2 times 1 is equal to 1 times 2, my friends. Okay. You agree with me, don't you? Of course, you do, my friends. Right now, this time, the last one is 8. We can eat at home, or you prefer we can eat outside. So again, my friends, it is, let's say that maybe you have a visitor, you have a guest at your home. You put one of your friends up, let's say, okay? So, because he or she is your visitor, right? Your guest. You know, we as Turkish, we are very hospitable people. What does hospitable mean? We like having visitors, okay? And we try to, you know, offer them nearly everything we have, okay? The best food, the best, you know, meeting, etc., etc., and entertainment. So we leave the, you know, suggestion, okay, decision to our friend. So we say, here again, this time we must use if, because it ups to our person. All right, however you want. Prefer means, you know, would rather in a way. So, for example, I have different colors of jackets, suits, but I prefer to get dressed in blue, okay? Or, yeah, prefer is this, my friends. That is my favorite one, in other words. All right, now, my friends, it was these sentences, these exercises were about Unit 25, and in my last lesson, I also advise you to do the exercises, you know, in grammar in English, okay, use of grammar in English, Cambridge book, I mean. You know the name, of sometimes I'm confused. I can't remember it very well. So sorry for that, my friends. Essential grammar in English and grammar in English, okay, my friends. So you find that unit and do the exercises if you haven't. All right. So my friends, now we are going to do some exercises about unit 26. In other words, that is, as you say again, I am repeating a lot of things together because in other words, and that is have the same meaning, okay? So my friends, you will learn it by hearing from me because I don't want higher, okay, rant to my tongue. I am a teacher. I must use my language. I have to repeat it again and again, again. And I shouldn't say, oh, I taught it to you, so there is no need to repeat it. No, because either, even if you are the most intelligent person of the world, you can't learn something once you hear it. As soon as you hear it, okay, you have to repeat it. You have to re-listen to it, reread it, redo it, etc. So, all right, my friends, this time can, could, be able to, manage to. Again, you know them very well, but I want to make a small revision. Right? Can shows ability, you know, my friends, general ability, and we can use it also for feature. And could, its past form, my friends, and be able to is equal to can, but I explained to you that there was a great difference, or there is a great difference between them. We can use can only for general and for the feature, but we can use be able to in all the tenses, okay, for all the tenses, no problem. And could, as I said, the past form of can. And what about the past form of be able to? As you know, was, were, able to. And there was a great difference in meaning between these two, my friends. When we say could in the past, it means it shows a general ability, okay? But was, were, able to shows something, tells us something that somebody managed to do something after trying a few times or many times, etc. Okay? So we use was, were able to do for the hard things. We managed to do it finally, in the end, at last. Okay? Not at once. All right, my friends. So managed to has the same meaning with was, were, able to. You know, manage to do something, manager. Also, it means director. For example, Shah Ismail and Tariq teachers and also İdris Hoca are managers of Kırmızı Çizgi, my friends. Okay? They work for Kırmızı Çizgi. And they are our directors. They are our managers. Okay, my friends. 9, I have traveled a lot, so I speak a few languages. So, you know, present perfect tense shows us it began to happen in the past, but at the very moment, at the present moment, it is still going on, my friends. Okay? So, I still go on traveling. I haven't given it up. I haven't stopped it. I haven't stopped traveling. Okay. So, in that way, you know, they say that does a person traveling a lot know better, or does a person reading, okay, who reads a lot know more? It is something like that. A lot of people say that travelers know better things, but it changes from person to person. This is a topic of, you know, a debate, my friends. So, as a result, so consequently, right, my friends, I can speak a few languages. Teacher, can we use be able to? Of course we can, because as you know, they have the same meaning. So this time, my friends, I am able to. I am able to speak a few languages. Now, 10. He play basketball very well as a basketballer, right? Okay. He play basketball as a basketballer very well, no problem. Before his leg was broken. Oh my God. I hope nothing like that will happen to you or will happen to nobody, my friends. Okay? Because it's a really bad thing. So, my friends, let's have a look. So, what happened to that person? His leg was broken. Oh my God. So, if a person's leg is broken, can he play basketball well? Of course, impossible. Or maybe he can't play basketball in any way because he can't move. He has to wait for his, getting better, getting well. And maybe after getting well, maybe he won't be able to as well as he played in the past, That's very natural and normal, my friends. But I hope he will get well soon because he is a basketballer. I feel pity, mercy for these kind of things and for this kind of people. I hope the God will help them. All right, my friends. So we say that here he's playing basketball well, stayed in the past. He can't play it now. So we say, and let me ask you this, sorry. Do you remember what his job is? Yeah, you're right. He is a basketballer. He is a basketball player. So, how can a person be basketballer? Yes, my son. Yes, my daughter. You're right. I agree with you. If he plays well, when he plays well. Otherwise, which coach accepts a person playing basketball badly? No coaches do that, because if they do that, they will always be beaten, will be defeated by their rivals, opponents. So my friends, he could, I say. Why? Because he was a basketballer. He was a basketballer. So he could play it in all matches, always in the past, my friends. But if he weren't a basketballer, if I hadn't written that sentence or that addition to the exercise, then you should have thought like this. Oh, maybe he played once and he was lucky, right? He scored a lot of baskets, so he was able to. Maybe you could think, you could have thought, and you would have been true in that way. Because there isn't only one answer to a question, my friends. You will make your flower pots work. Do you know flower pots? Yeah. Make your flower pots work because your father's richness doesn't mean anything, is nothing, right? So, my friends, here could. He could play basketball very well before his leg was broken. Now, 11. I get my driving license after failing a few times. Do you know driving license? You have to know it. You guess it. If you don't, even if you don't know its meaning, you may guess it. Right. Do you remember fail? Yeah. Pass an activity, pass an exam, fail an activity, fail an exam. So, not being successful in that, okay? So, my friends, let's say, get my driving license after failing a few times. Did I get my driving license at once, promptly, immediately, on my first try? No, of course, as it's a sin, after trying a few times. So it means that I failed, then I was able to get it, my friends. Okay? So, I was able to. Teacher, what happens here? Because a lot of people say that if we use could here is true too. No, I don't agree with you and with them. I don't agree on that idea. You see, agree with somebody, but agree about an idea. I don't agree on that idea. I don't agree about that idea. Why? Because, you know, it means this then. It would be very silly. Its meaning would be very silly. I always took the driving license exam, and in my each trying, I could take it. What am I going to do? If I have got a driving license, it's okay for me. Otherwise, oh, don't claim me that. The teacher, don't accuse me of taking the exam instead of other people who cannot drive well. No, I'm a teacher. I can never do such a bad thing, such a crimes. I can never commit such a crime, my friend. You know, commit crime, commit sin, commit suicide. Yeah, very good. So I was able to get my driving license, so we cannot use here could, sorry. 12, a girl fell into the river. Oh my God. But fortunately, but luckily, we pull her out. So my friends, again, how many times do you think we, had that girl? Just once. Maybe we didn't know her before that, okay? We hadn't known her before we helped her, sorry. So my friends, again here, we say we was able to. Teacher, can we use anything else instead of it? Yes, of course we can, my friends. This time, when I started to teach you these, explaining these, I said that instead of was were able to, we can use managed to. In other words, in Turkish, meyi becerdi. Okay? Meyi becerdik. All right, or yapabildik. All right, my friends. So now we are ready to study and to do Unit 27. As you know, I spoke to you, told you the grammar points and the lesson in my previous videos, let's say, and now we are going to do the exercises. All right, could have done, couldn't have done. Okay, again, once more, I want to remind you what they mean, or what is the difference between them. Could is not in the position of ability here, my friends. Could shows probability here, okay? Like may and might. For example, I don't feel very well today, so I think I won't go out. I'm not sure. I think I won't go to the party, okay, with you. Maybe if I feel better myself later, I will join you, my friends. So again, with may, right, I don't feel myself very well now, so I may not go to the party with you. I don't feel myself very well now at the moment, so I mightn't go to the party with you. Or finally, I couldn't go to the party with you. I don't feel well now, so I couldn't go to the party with you. So could here has the same meaning with may, might, be likely to, be liable to, etc. All right, my friends. So what about could have done? Could have done, because it shows possibility here, it shows the past form. Okay? Let's say that somebody made a silly accident in his car. While he was driving his car at a speed of 30 kilometers or 20 kilometers, he ran into a tree. What can you think about that person? But before knowing somebody very well, we mustn't comment in the bad way, my friends. So better to make some guesses. So I can say that he could have been ill suddenly. Okay, he might have got ill suddenly, or he could have been drunk. He might have been drunk, etc. Do you understand? Yeah. Miş olabilir. Miş olabilir, but I don't know because I wasn't there. Just I'm trying to guess an explanation to that silly, stupid accident. So, all right, my friends, it's like that, and could have done and couldn't have done, just opposite to it. Okay. For example, let's say that my son was ill, and I took him to the doctor, and doctor, prescribed. Oh, sorry. When you are ill, you go to the doctor. First, the doctor examines you. Then, he prescribes some medicine, pills, etc. All right. So, my friends, I see that all the pills are staying there, and they look like they weren't used. So I say that my son couldn't have taken his drug. Almamış olabilir. Almamış olabilir. I'm not accusing him of not taking it directly. I don't blame him for not taking them, not having taken them directly. Just I'm trying to say it in a better way, or maybe something happened. There were some left from the old medicine, and he added onto them, maybe. So we shouldn't accuse somebody of directly without knowing, without having the knowledge that, or without ear witnessing that he committed a crime, my friends. Okay? So be like that. Otherwise, because you can offend a person, you can break a heart, but it is too difficult to repair it later. Okay? So please be careful. All right, my friends. And they have another meaning, could have done and couldn't have done, because we can use it like that. For example, there was a race, and running race, okay? And I know that you are a very good runner, but you didn't join it. So somebody who doesn't deserve it, doesn't deserve it, became the first. I say, why didn't you join the marathon or running race? All right, if you had joined, if you had participated in, if you had taken part in, you could have won it. Okay, you could have been the first, you could have been the champion. Okay, all right. Katılsaydın, birinci olabilirdin, şampiyon olabilirdin, but unfortunately you didn't join. It's your choice. Right? I'm not accusing you. Just as a friend, I am reminding you. Do not miss these kind of possibilities and opportunities, my friends. All right, and couldn't have done, also just the vice versa. And again, I want to give this race example. Right, there was a race, and you claim that, or you are a good runner. You didn't join, you didn't take part in, you didn't participate in, and when the running race was held, I saw that there was a runner who was really running very fast, and I have never seen such a fast runner in my life, okay, or so far, up to now. And so, your friend says that I didn't join the race, but if I had joined, I am sure that I would have been the first. I would have won it. And I say, no, do not exaggerate, my friend. Right. All right, we say that because even if you had participated in, you couldn't have been the first. You couldn't have won it. Katılsaydın da kazanamazdın. Because there was a really brilliant runner there. Yo, you got it. I am sure you have, because I can feel your waving your hands to me, okay? And your words to me, okay, my friends, that thank you, teacher. We understand it better now. I thank you for being my students. Because if there were no students, there wouldn't be no teaching job. Okay? So I owe my job to you and my income to you, my friends. All right, my friends. So let's begin the exercises. In fact, but in Turkish we say that a little talk, a little talk. Now we had a little talk, and now it is time a little chalk, but unfortunately nowadays we use the markers, so a little ink maybe, huh? Okay. When shall I phone Vicky? Do you remember shall I? Yeah. Shall I? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What do you advise me to do? What would you like me to do? Okay, etc. I am asking for your advice. What shall I? Okay? When shall I phone Vicky? You now. So my friends, because we see here could now, we can use here could call her now. Okay? Just you can do it. You could do it now. It's up to you. Can looks peculiar here, so better could and might or may again. But because our topic is could, I write could, my friends. Right now, 14. How was the exam? Or better, sorry, let me tell you something in other situations, in other phrases. What about calling her now? What about calling her now? How about calling her now? Why don't you call him now? Okay, etc., etc. Okay, or shall we call her now? We can say, we can use other statements too, other phrases too, my friends. 14. How was the exam? And B is answering, it was too hard to pass. Oh my God. Ruthless, pitiless teacher. How did you ask so hard questions to those students? I feel pity for them. I'm joking, of course, because I respect all my branch mates and all my, I look up to all my colleagues, my friends, because a teacher cannot be pitiless, merciless, because a merciless person cannot be a teacher. Because our students have tendency to make, wrong things, to make mistakes in their lessons, in their behaviors, in their speeches. If we weren't patient enough, okay, then we wouldn't be able to stand this situation. So a teacher must be very patient and tolerant, my friends. So, okay, my friends, how was the exam? It was too hard to pass. All right. So we say that here, again, as I taught in my previous lessons, there isn't a person's name. It was too hard for me, for example. If I write here, me, it means that maybe I'm not a very good student, so it was too hard for me. But maybe if you had taken it, you could have passed it. Do you understand? But when I don't write a name here, it means general. So when it is general, so it couldn't have been worse. It couldn't have been worse. Daha kötüsü olamazdı be kardeşim ya. Right. Ne biçim sorulardı bunlar? I don't understand what kind of questions they were. Let's say, tranny teacher, right? Or that ruthless teacher destroyed us with his questions. 15. Why didn't you come to the party although you had nothing to do? Right? I know that you were free. You didn't have any job or any liability to do, my friends. Why didn't you come? Because we are friendly with you. So, my friends, I don't get angry very much, but in a way, I sometimes say, my friend, it would be better if you had come. And I say, you could have come. Right? İsteseydin gelebilirdin. Okay? Because there was nothing to do, you weren't ill, and we are friendly with you. You are one of my best friends, so you could have come. And we are going to learn should later, my friends. If we are too sorry for that, and if we want to criticize severely, okay, or accuse that person of not coming severely, then we are going to use you should have come. Right? Gelmiş olmalıydın. Why didn't you come? You see, you understand it from the tone of my pitch of my voice, my friends. Now, am I speaking as I always speak? No, kindly. No, I'm not a kind person now. I'm nervous. I'm angry. So you must be afraid of me when a person is angry or nervous. And you have to try to make peace with him in a way. At that very moment, later on you can explain something because he is not ready to understand anything now due to his angriness, due to his, nervousness, my friends. All right, 16. Except for your help. Teacher, we know except, but why did you use here for? My friends, except, it means apart. Right? When we use it, when we don't use it at the beginning of the sentence, we only use except. For example, I go to a party and I meet, there are lots of people there, but I know nearly everybody except somebody there. And I go and I want to make friends with her, and I say, oh, I nearly know everybody here, but I haven't met you before, okay? I know everybody except you. But if I take except you at the beginning of the sentence, I have to say, except for you, I nearly know everybody here. Have you got it? Yes, of course. Right. And also, we can use apart from. All right? Also, the same meaning. All right, my friends. Except for your help, I, her, alive. Do you know alive? Yeah. Alive is the opposite of dead, my friends. Dead. They are, adjectives. Alive, or adverbs in a way. Adverbs. Alive, dead. So, except for your help, if you hadn't had me, but you had me, okay? But you had me. If you hadn't had me, I couldn't have, and our verb is keep here. Always with have, my friends, if have or has is the auxiliary verb, we have to always use verb 3, kept. Right. Except for your help, I couldn't have kept her alive. Right? Okay, but thanks to the God that, or I am grateful to you for that, you had me, and I managed to keep her alive in that way. Otherwise, she would have died. Okay? she would be dead now. She would be dead now. Right. All right, my friends. This time, must, can't, could. You know them very well too, but again, I am going to summarize it shortly. Okay. Must shows obligation normally, my friends. Must shows obligation. Have to, has to show obligation too. Right. But here we are not going to use must in that meaning. Right. And can as showing ability, and could in a different way, my friends. I'm going to teach you how to use them by expressing deduction. Deduce and deduction. Deduce means you don't know a situation, but you have some evidence, clues in your hand. You examine them, and then you make up your mind. Oh, if I consider these, all right, must be like that or can't be like that. Okay? So, my friends, you say you have run all the way to Kırmızı Çizgi College. Oh my God. Okay? He has run all the way to Kırmızı Çizgi. I hope he or she lives near Kırmızı Çizgi, not far away. Okay? You move, then exhausted. Do you know exhausted? Exhausted means very tired, my friends. You know exhaust? You know, all cars have exhaust. All motorbikes have exhausts. And that is the place where the fuel, okay, or gas, whatever it is used and then, left out, sent out. Yeah. So exhausted means you have the same situation. Your energy has run out. You have run out of energy. Run out of, its meaning. Sometimes if we spend a lot of money, we run out of money. And if you wake up late and if you have to go to school or to work, you say, oh, I am running out of time. I have to be fast, quick. Right. Run out. So, my friends, we have to make a deduction. So, he is a person, a human being. So, he is not a machine. Also, machines, have fatigue when they are used for a long time. Okay, you, my friends, must be exhausted. You must be exhausted. All right, why aren't we using have? Because we are talking about now, because written here present perfect tense, and the result is in the present moment, my friend, at the present moment. Yorgun olmuş olmalısın. Not yorgun, bitkin olmuş olmalısın. Okay, my friends. 29. I haven't seen our neighbors for ages. Do you know ages? Ages means a long time. And age has another meaning, century. Okay? And here, when we say ages, for a long time. A century is, 100 year time, my friends. 100 years time. So, for ages, they to another house. So, if I haven't seen them for a long time, so it means that there is something wrong with them, or maybe they changed their house. So, again, my friends, they must have moved to another house. All right? Or in other words, we can do it like that. They can't be living here any longer. They can't be living in this house any longer. Okay, my friends, now 30. What to say is so silly that I'm adding here an is because as far as I see, I have forgotten to write it when I wrote it before starting the lesson. What you say is so silly that it be true. Silly, stupid, nonsense, my friends. So, it can't be true. So it means that I don't believe you. You are trying to kid me. You are trying to pull my leg, etc. Or you are trying to deceive me in a way. Okay, take me in. Okay, my friends, thank you for listening to me. And because I have to change the writing on the board, and so I'm going to have a break, and later on I am going to go on telling my lesson. Bye bye now. See you later.